Greetings, YouTubers. How's it going out there in YouTube land? Hopefully it's going pretty good. Just another day / night in paradise, right? That's what I thought. Alright, well, my last video was on this 06 Trailblazer. Had a leak, power steering leak. The bottom of the radiator, it's just pouring out. So the lady decided to say, you know what, fix it for me. So looks like I got this job. Shouldn't be too bad. What we got to do is get this radiator out. So what I'm going to do, we're just going to go ahead and take this plastic shroud out, take the fan off down here on the bottom. Some models may actually have electric clutch. I think this model does. I'm not sure. I'll have to take it out there and see. But that's what we got to do. We got to take a couple of bolts off down here on the bottom of this clutch fan, right about there where my finger is. Let me see if I can get the light just right here down there. We got to loosen this big bolt up on the fan and take some bolts off here on the shroud, and we should be able to get this out. Now, on these Trailblazers, a lot of them don't have drains on the radiator. Yay, I know. What you got to do is get over there and pull the hose off, get a bucket, and just let it pour out. That's the only way you can get the radiator fluid out of the radiator. So I'm going ahead and taking the front grill off here. You don't have to do that. And I've got my air cleaner off here. I was just checking some things for the lady, making sure I didn't see anything else that was wrong. So we're going to go ahead and take this apart. And of course, we got a little wire right here we have to unplug on the sensor. So let's go ahead and get this apart. Maybe this will help you out a little bit. Didn't see a whole lot of videos on Trailblazers on how to get this radiator out. Well, this will be another one to the collection. All right, so let's go ahead and get this started here now. You'll have to have one of these tools here. This is my homemade job one I've had for a while. I made just a nice little square, cut some metals on a piece of pipe. And what we got to do is get this loose down here. And this, you turn it counterclockwise to the left. I'm using my tire iron here to kind of hold one of the bolts down here. And we'll break this loose. Sometimes they come easy, sometimes they don't. There we go. You can get this tool, the proper tool, at parts store if you need it. I don't think you can rent them. I think you have to buy them. So if you work on a lot of vehicles, it might be a job. Nice job. Just go ahead and make you one of these, just so you'll have it. And this actually fits on my Fords, Mountaineers, and Explorers. All right, so we got that loose there. That is going to be a good start right off the bat. Now we got to take these 4 bolts off on the bottom, and now we got to take a 13 or a 1/2 inch wrench and get down here and loosen all 4 of these bolts. And you're probably not going to be able to see it very well, but you'll get the idea. And the reason we got to unloosen these and take them out is this little piece right here. We have to let it kind of get pushed in a little bit so we can pull this whole fan up out of there. With this on here, it will not give you enough room to pull it out. So we'll go ahead and take these off. There's one, and here's what they look like. And there it is. And now we'll go ahead and pull this off here real quick. Alright, now if yours don't come off right away, you have to take a screwdriver and put it behind here and kind of tap on this, and it'll come loose like that. And now you can see the whole thing is loose. Now we'll go ahead and finish taking this off here real quick. Homemade job to the rescue, right? This may take a few minutes. There it is. It's ready to come out. This is a little tedious. You got to have some patience. Now we go ahead and pull this out. Alright, gee. You have to turn it, spin it, and there it is. That piece is out. And now we'll take off our clutch fan. Boy, this thing's pretty heavy too. Oh. Get this out. And there's a wire connected to it, so we gotta unhook it real quick. Just fine. There's that. And now we got one more thing we have to unhook here. And there's a small hose that is connected to this. I think you can kind of see it there. I have to turn this around a little bit. But it's right here. You gotta take this off. Now we gotta take this connector off here. Pull it out from the side. Get it out of the way. And there that is. Boy. Now, take out the clutch fan. There we go. That's what we got to deal with. So, we get this out of the way, we're good. Now, when you pull this wiring harness out of right here, there's a place cut right here. Snake it out through the side. And these go bad quite often. If your air conditioner one day is working perfect and 20 minutes later it's warm, these here have problems, so you might want to check these. Alright, there is a look at that debacle. Takes patience to get that out, but as you're pulling it out, you may have to bend those fans just a little bit, the plastic ones there, to get a little bit extra clearance. Alright, next thing we gotta do is go ahead and take out some bolts. There are two 10mm bolts that are right here. One's right here, and the other one goes right here. Take these two out, and now we got to go ahead and disconnect this hose. There's going to be antifreeze here, so you'll have to deal with it. Just put a little pail underneath like I've got. Catch a few drops if you have to. Alright, pull this off. You're going to lose a little bit, like I said. Alright, gotta pull this off real quick. We have to help it a little bit here. Like I said, you might lose a little bit, not much. Maybe a couple cups. Get this off. Pull this out of the way. And now we go ahead and pull this out of here. Up. It's a little tight, but it'll come. Now there's a couple hoses, a couple of lines right here that we have to kind of snake past all this. And I think you can probably see them. Let's see. Maybe if I zoom in, they're on that side, down there, but anyway, right down there, there's a couple of lines. You take out the bracket, and once you take those brackets, get the lines out of the brackets, then you can pull that out. Alright, I think I've got those where it's cleared, and have to come and see the shroud. And there is a nice look at it. And there it is. Now remember, you got this little wiring harness here. You have to kind of work around when you pull this out. So we got this. We got the shroud, fan, and the clutch off. And now you can see we got all this room in here if you have to do any other work or anything. And now we have access into the radiator. There's a nice look at it. Now we'll go ahead and start taking this out. Alright, now we're looking on the driver's side. We have to disconnect this little wiring harness right here. Get this out of the way. Okay, now on the front side of this radiator, we have two 10mm bolts that we have to take out. They're underneath the support bracket, so get you a small ratchet like this. You kind of go in here like this. And you can get to these. a little tight, but you should be able to get your fingers down in there.
Perfect.
So there's one, and you can see they're kind of small, little 10mm bolts. And now we got to take one more off on this side. And what we're doing, we're taking the radiator, we're unbolting it from the AC condenser. So that's out. And now you can see how loose everything's getting. Okay, now you can see our radiator's kind of loose, but you're saying, all right, let's take it out. But I got to say, but wait, there's more. Yeah, like I said, Trailblazer didn't cut any corners here. They wanted to make it kind of hard to get out. What we got to do now, we got to take this piece here out. This here is actually a bracket that actually supports this top of this radiator. Did I just say something weird? I meant to say actually, not actually. Actually holds this support bracket in here. We got to take that out. Alright, so we got that all loose. Now we can pull up on this here with our hand and let that slide out like that. Now our radiator's free, and all we have to do is unhook a couple lines on the bottom and drain the radiator antifreeze out, and we're ready to pull this bad boy out. And there you go. That's the only way you can actually drain this radiator, is just disconnect the bottom hose and let it drain into a pail, and not much else you can do. And on the bottom of this radiator, take a 3/4 inch wrench and disconnect your transmission lines down there on the bottom of this radiator. It has disconnect clips, but I find it's just as quick just to unscrew it from the radiator, wiggle it, it should come right out. I like it when a plan comes together. Okay, here's a look at the radiator. And check it out, there's nowhere to drain this thing. So what are you going to do? Now here is where I unscrewed the pieces for the transmission lines right here. And here they are on the bottom right here. Those kind of go in there like that. Now as you can see, here is the transmission cooler. These will move around if you do what I just did, see that? So you'll have to pull them back out and reconnect those connectors, but what I would do is go ahead and pop this off. I don't have the fitting today for this to pop this off, but I'll do that before I put it all back together. If you want to do that, that's what you can do. But get the air conditioner condenser out, you still got to pull the radiator, so at least you know how to do that. And now we have a couple lines here to unhook, and we can pull this AC condenser. Here are the transmission lines that go into it right here. So now at least you know how to get the radiator off, and you know how to get in here and take this air conditioning cooler if you have to take it off. It turns out my leak was actually right up front here. It is the cooler for the transmission right there. I don't know if you can see that. There's a cooler that goes across right here. So this is what we've got to take off. So it looks like I'm probably going to have to take this piece of bumper off on the front, this plastic, and get to that, but that'll be a separate video. I'll put a link into this video at the end of the video on how to take this off and get in there. So if your power steering is leaking, you do have a cooler on the front separate from the air conditioning and the radiator. So that's always nice to know. So there you go. Thanks for watching. That's how you take the radiator off of a 06 Trailblazer. If you like any of my videos, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Until my next video, see you guys later.